trying to understand exactly how your technique works, to what degree you got to do everything so it works for you, right?
Right.
And so there's just, you know, and we already know that you have a tendency to be able to overdo things quickly, you know. So now it's less of the biomechanical thing, and it's more of the application that we're looking at. Like you said earlier today, oh yeah, now we got to learn how to apply it, right? Even though we know the technique, you know, we now have to know how to apply it.
What's going to start happening if I start dropping it too far? I start dropping it down to the hip plane.
If you drop it to the hip plane, rotate on the anchor line, and everything goes together, you'll get pushes.
Okay. That's my miss.
That'll be your miss. Now, if you drop it, you rotate on the anchor line, and your brain says, "Oh shit," then you may flip it.
From here.
Yeah. My thing is, I just always want you, once you've slotted and you've cleared, I want everything to go together. Neat. You know, front anchor. We need to have the right amount of, you know, secondary tilt with the left hip high, drop the right knee. From there, as you rotate to the top, you're keeping enough counter lean in the swing to have a leaning load, okay? You know, now we drop it into the torso plane slot. We rotate on the anchor line is what keeps the secondary tilt proper for you. Now once that's all lined up, everything fires. It's a full-on, whatever you think full-on rotation is from there, it's impossible for you to overdo it from there, in my mind, okay? Because the harder you do that, the more you got to hook it straight, which would be fine with you.
That's why if I get down the hip plane,
it's going to be a push, because it's too inside out. Exactly.
And I probably can't get it over.
Yeah, without stalling and flipping, like you just said, I bailed on that one because you were afraid of something. Isn't that funny? You were afraid it was going to go more left, so you bailed on it and it went left instead of just going with it, right? The exact opposite happens. That one you rotated from the top without waiting for the drop. Yeah, you waited for that one. And this is why, you know, when so many times you've been playing good and you felt like you were bunting it around, and Sean and I were like, what are you talking about? Those are full swings. It's just that, you know, they're 90% swings instead of 120% swings. Because you always look like you're swinging at 100 to 120%, which is fine. If you were a shoulder plane slotter and built to be one, we would have never gone through all this. You'd already be striping it. But you got to let it get in the torso plane slot before you fire at 120%. So what it feels like to you, your backswing's like 100, just 100, whatever full percentage is. Your transition drops down to about 80%. It's like you're going from second gear to first gear, and now you can go to fourth gear from there in your mind. Now we look at it, it looks like a blended, smooth action, but in your mind you think you're going from second gear to first gear to fourth gear, right?
Downshifting for the curve.
Yeah, you're downshifting for the curve, and now you're firing it in the straightaway.